Hello guys, welcome to the channel. So I'm here right now to discuss about a very notable topic regarding the future of FC Barcelona and how it must progress considering the offensive front. So yes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There is this dilemma surrounding the insider Barcelona community, or maybe at least a decent population of the community, regarding who must be the number 10 for now and look into the future, let's say 4 to 5 years from now. And this is not a question because I'm assuming Dani Olmo is someone who's as old as Messi, or like he's in his last legs or something. But in terms of quality, in terms of reliability, in terms of what he has provided whenever he has come on, we need to have a serious discussion on who should be taken care of and who should be given that deserved set of minutes. Okay, so first of all, let me show you the situation of our squad right now. Okay, so yes, this looks weird to you, I get that. I mean, I'll show it to you by positions. Yes, you can see here clearly that for our number 10, as of now, Hansi Flick prefers to use 3 players. Number 10, yes, number 10 you can say. But lately he's been only light to 2 people. That's clearly, you can see the AMCM, AMCM and AMCM LW, which is Fermin Lopez, Dani Olmo and Pablo Torre. And as for Pablo Torre, it's not only the injury, we know clearly Flick doesn't value him much over than a backup player or a utility player, because he's used to cover up for those who aren't supposed to play, like let's say Pedri or Gavi or even Olmo, at games where they are mandatorily required rest or when there's no choice. So he's clearly not played because of that. It's unfortunate that for his quality and talent, his market value is reduced to this point. But as we discussed about it, he's not the point of the discussion right now. It's Fermin Lopez and Dani Olmo. So listen to me clearly. Dani Olmo is just 27 years old. Fermin's 22. I mean, it's birthday today. Hope he delivers in the Classico. It's my wish. So yeah. It's about Olmo. Let's say there's this list. I'm pretty sure I kept it here regarding Olmo. So yeah. Olmo, I'm not going to take the whole track record since he has joined Barcelona, because right now it's a dilemma that has existed because of recent performances about Olmo and Fermin. So let's take, say, 6 or 7 games, the last 6 or 7 games he has represented. Because the reason why I'm being very nitpicky about this is Barcelona's pivotal point, where they were on the verge of a treble considering limited resources and fatigue all around. You would assume the players who are supposed to be the big ones, they must step up in order to make this dream a reality. And clearly, let's say the last 6 to 7 games, yes, exactly, from the quarterfinals against Borussia Dortmund, and he hasn't played it because of injury. And then you can clearly see after that the games he's come for: Celta de Vigo, where he has got subbed on, that is after his injury, then Mallorca, Madrid, Inter Milan home, Valladolid away, and Inter Milan away. So let's take these games into account. So let's say Celta de Vigo, what was the state? It wasn't him who started, it was Fermin Lopez who started. He's come on, him, Rafinha and Yamal, because first of all the team that has gone there was the backup team, because obviously they had to play against Madrid, and also they were in the best shape team. And this is not even the games that have been only played. I mean, he wasn't in the squad, so I don't think there's considered those games here. So yeah. So at that point, Borja Iglesias ripped through our defense. I mean, it's schoolboy defensive error. Let's not talk about that. Separate video. So it was 3-1 at that point. Okay, let's think about this. After halftime, 3-1. A guy who hasn't even scored double-digit goals for the season rips apart our defense in our stadium. 3 goals with these. Okay. Changes were mandatory. They have come on. Dani Olmo, Rafinha, Lamine Yamal. Everything changed topsy-turvy. I think Pedri was also subbed on. I'm not exactly sure. So yes, everything's changed. Dani Olmo started off the whole notion of the comeback. It went on and on and on. It was an incredible game. A comeback at the end. He won the penalty for the last one, and 4-3. Wonderful game, wonderful performance from the three of them, including Dani Olmo. Then came the Mallorca game. The Mallorca game, let's just say, it was, oh, it was like the nail biting of nail biting. Because let's think about it. Here's a game where even your centre back has no hesitation getting into the opposition half, fearing for pressure, because that team has kept such a wall. You would believe you would need a panzer in order to, you know, detonate it. It's that impenetrable, and the keeper, on the other hand, just thought, okay, why not pull the performance of my life? That's what keepers have this thought. I don't know how. It's not like shots were directly fired at him or anything. He played the game of his life. I'm pretty sure he was the man of the match in that game. Let me just look into the lineup. I'm pretty sure I'm not misled here. Misled, my bad. Yeah, Leo Roman. Leo Roman, right? Yeah, Leo Roman. What a player, man. You can see the whole team is on green. And it's not because they were particularly incredible of sorts. Look, Fati was given a chance. Ferran. There were rotations, okay? You get me there. Araujo, Eric Garcia, Hector Fort, Martin's rested and Hector Fort's given a chance. You know where that's getting to. So, such a game. It was so hard. They were trying their level all best to score. And Dani Olmo, out of nowhere, again, his speciality of being present in between lines, banks it in. His signature finish goal. And boom. That one goal somehow, with clutch defensive displays from Ronaldo Araujo and Inigo Martinez, and an overall performance contributed to a massive victory considering the title hopes and stuff, because it was the final games. I think after that they were, I mean, the table right now obviously would be after all the games, but before that I'm pretty sure the gap was made and we were piling pressure on Real Madrid, who, let's say, won their game in a fashion, but yes, that added to the pressure. So Olmo had a substantial performances in the first two games he's written, so that looked like perfect. There was no specific reason for him not to start any games, considering he's on marquee signing anyways, and he's gotten the pace. Great job, and boom, the next game we have is the Clasico, the Copa del Rey final. So why wouldn't we? We start him, and this is where he has played good. Let's just say how good. He's good in winning fouls. He tried to connect, but most of the times his passes, his decision making, I mean, you know, he's an epitome of intelligence when it comes to football and in freezing time and stuff. Okay, I'm getting a little too overboard there, but yeah. But apparently against Madrid this didn't work out. It didn't work out at all. Exactly, to a point. You do not expect Flick to change your marquee player, especially when you are chasing a game. That's the best part of it. I'm pretty sure at this point we were losing 1-2 when he was being subbed out. And then Ferran scored, and then the remontada happened, or whatever you call it. So that game was a turning point, considering that's a big match. That was a title-worthy game. I mean, title game, obviously. You win the title after that. So you expect your guy to do the bare minimum. So there, he kind of didn't really live up to the expectation. And then comes the Inter Milan home. The game everyone hyped up to the core, because the battle of offense versus defense, two managers with clear ideas, clear momentum, taking the team forward, specific players who are wall beaters on both sides, the clash of titans you would call it. So this was the game everyone was looking forward to. Pretty sure you Man United fans from outside Spain and Italy, they were hung on. It's a semi-final, you would expect that. So what happened? This game was weird, because, okay, I'm not pressing the ratings for clarification. I just want to show you what actually happened in this game. So exactly what happened was, you do know, Thuram scores that early goal. There it goes. I mean, nothing really to say to Olmo for that. I don't know exactly, but yeah. Then come the second goal, which, let's just say, I don't really think anybody can prevent, because that acrobatic affair from Dumfries, man. I'm lucky. I'm thankful that Petri had the slight shred of intelligence to move himself to let that force of nature get into back in the net. Because believe me, if he lost his head, he may not even be playing football, man. For that, trust me, man. Most of you would say, try to act like Gavi, man. Put your head on the line. Put your head in the place where people are afraid to put their feet. No. Use your head to protect yourself too. Petri has that. And believe me, that is what's making him sensational too. And I'm not gonna blame him for that. Okay, let's be real. Maybe some would have the guts, some would have the means and the body to deal with it. Petri isn't. Let's be clear about it. Okay, that's done. The third, then came our little itsy comeback. Yamal with a moment of genius. Look, we are not talking about all this because for us the focus is Olmo. So Olmo, in between all of this, Olmo were given chances, because I'm not going to look at the stats, I'm just going to look at the numbers to make sure where and what the situations were, to explain to you what happened. So see, long balls, tackles, fairs, duels lost. So the primary purpose of playing Olmo against Inter was that Inter, when they are on the attack, they move their three midfielders here, Barella, Calhanoglu, Mkhitaryan forward. Like I mentioned to you earlier, this pocket of space where they play, this is where Olmo excels best, or at least we assume he does. But for some reason, he wasn't able to link up as well. He wasn't able to really string passes. He wasn't. When he had a chance to score very well, I'm pretty sure he didn't do that as well. Maybe a lapse of concentration, perhaps. We can side him for that. It's okay. It's okay. Because if the others are performing, you can kind of get away with it. It's okay. I'm not going to be harsh on the guy. But clearly, it didn't happen as much for him. So, that's that. I'm not going to be very harsh on him. The Inter game, we were lucky that somehow that comeback happened. That spirited comeback happened. So we didn't really need a reason to, pick on players and blame them and stuff. Yes, we conceded 3 goals, which we had to work on the set pieces and the defensive phases of the game. Jabbar Martin, the set pieces. So that was a criticism. Let's say that for another bit. Okay, this is Olmo and Fermin. So Olmo. Now the wider game. This is where, this is also not a real issue, because I think he was rested, and wider weren't letting the goals get in. We were playing with a highly rotated squad, and he came on and he tried doing something or the other, because I think at the very end of the day, Fermin Lopez himself had to intervene and score and win the game. Martin, brilliant assist. The rest of them were itsy bitsy. Let's just say the ratings are misleading, because for my opinion, didn't really look all that defensively solid or reassuring. That's not, again, different stuff. So that game, and I wouldn't really take that as a subject to judge Olmo based off it, but this is the game. This is the game I've watched. I looked at the sky. I wondered, okay, for the love of God, if Inter is losing control, please bring on Fermin Lopez, for the love of God, man. Not at some 83rd or 89th, bring him on the 60th. Because, okay, now even if Dani Olmo plays well, then don't play him. It's either that you don't play him at that point, or you play him exactly when it's time. I'm not going to describe all the goals, but exactly what happened. The first goal. Because this has Olmo has a clear hand in this. So, let me shift to Twitter. I'm pretty sure the goal will show. Because, believe me, I was mad. I was mad at that goal. Because you had everything to do. What are these guys, man? Where's the goal? Where's the goal, big bro? Yo, show me the goal. Wait. That guy looks like how else. You'll know who he is eventually, but yeah. So, not these goals. These goals were class. I'm talking about that other one. No. Oh, they ain't showing the replays, man. They ain't showing the replays. I can't go to YouTube and show you that, because that's gonna be mad. Yeah, but clearly, you remember that situation where Frankie passed the ball to Olmo. Olmo was in a comfortable position. Let's not say that Frankie has put him into real trouble with that, but clearly De Jong passes the ball to him, and you know what happened after that. That is what I'm embarrassed, because something which we all regard Olmo to specifically excel in, he kind of let down the whole team with that little performance, with that little touch, or with that little instance of his game. Oh, why can't I see it, man? Why can't I see it? I think it ain't there. Let's forget it. I don't think it's worth looking at. So, that goal, Olmo had a clear hand, let's just say. A clear hand. Only if they would show the replay, man. I mean, if I had it, we could clearly see it. Okay, let's forget that part. I ain't showing, man, enough. So yeah. So Olmo was all the more responsible for that first goal we conceded. And then came several chances where we could use Olmo to effect, which due to poor decisions or lack of awareness, constant mistake making, committing wrongly. I mean, it was a game to forget, man. I mean, this rating, I don't know how one goal can boost your ratings to such an effect. You would realize this is funny enough. This is funny. I have no idea how he has won the duels and lost all. Maybe the second half, yes, he had a resurgence, which I would appreciate, but that first half was god awful, my bad. Him, Rafinha, Ferran, nowhere to be seen. Look at that, man. Substitution players have better ratings than that, man. Have an idea. So Olmo, let's say, so for if you take like 2 or 3 games straight, he hasn't been performing as much as he's supposed to. So that is where I take up this man, who's touted to be his backup, Fermin Lopez. Okay. When you see his track record straight from the ratings, you would feel this is disappointing. This isn't supposed to be the case, because clearly you don't see greens. When you see green, yeah, it's good. But you again, when you look at the minutes, you really don't find a reason to give him a wrong idea of things. The minutes are not purely 90. When it's 90, he's trying to do what he's trying to do. But most of them are below that, and that's the reason why his rating's down. I'm not gonna give weightage to the rating. So what I'm telling is, this man against Valladolid did exactly what Dani Olmo is capable of doing, and emphatically finished it. Okay, so when you know he has this momentum, the least you could do is that he gets at least half a good hour. Especially when you have a momentum and when you need an offensive threat, bring him on, add to the momentum, and you know this man has a brilliant right foot. If he really locks it in, Sommer's really gonna be in trouble. But you decided on playing Dani Olmo, and he's been playing good. So if he's playing good, play him on till he can. Get me? Till he can, you play him on, and then you bring him. Do not sub him out for the sake of subbing him out, and especially without adding context to the period of the game. Because it was high momentum. Barcelona were looking for the third. Inter were trying to defend for their life. Yes, Barcelona got the goal. In hindsight, I could say yes, it must have been effective. I don't really think Fermin has a hand in all of that, but yeah, great goal from Rafinha, bullet drive, and then yeah, we're not going to talk about that. So clearly, the reason why Fermin's substitution didn't work out was considering the period you brought him in. People say he's an impact player, but I genuinely believe he's not an impact player. He has energy, but he's not the impact player we need. That works when you want to defend, when you want to really get things going. If you want to be an impact player, when you want to be an offensive impact player, you need to be the focal point mostly. Or at least you are someone who the teammates look up to and give passes and involve in build-ups. But clearly Fermin is a player who I believe gets very less touches per game. And most of it, let's say it's not because of him, because the way they play with La Poza, he's not really a guy who fancies playing with that play style, so obviously he might be left out as a result of that. It's not that he's a bad player, clearly he's not a bad player, we've seen that. So it doesn't work out at that situation, so as a result of that, you can clearly see the games where he's supposed to play, it's either as an impact or some minutes. Okay, this 55 is not because he has been played way before first half, it just was the extra time. And I mean, if you watch the his part of the game, he did well, I would say, against Madrid, that too. And against Inter, again, you give him 22 minutes, especially when Rafinha has scored. Yes, maybe you would have expected him to do something. He really kind of didn't, but Fez, I'm not going to blame him. I'm not going to blame even Flick or even Olmo. Why should I blame Olmo for this long? But this game, you definitely had to make a better decision, Hansi. Better decision. I mean, you look at hindsight, it's just so much painful. It's not even about Fermin or Olmo. It's the whole setup. When you lead, you decided to give it away with that setup you play, that obsession of attacking. We lost what we lost. Forget that. So the dilemma now that exists is Ronald Araujo, Dani Olmo, Ferran Torres, many of them were picked on after that Inter loss. And the question that's asked now of them is, why not play Fermin Lopez? When you know, whenever he's been brought on, whenever he's been provided that energy, the cutting edge pass, the inside runs, the gate crashing, when he does everything, yes, at times he seems raw, he still is raw if you would ask me. But when he does the things properly, why would you genuinely not give him a shot for longer? The question's for longer. Okay, 10 minutes and 15 minutes, even I can go and sniff the pitch, but that ain't gonna make me do good if I don't take it or if I'm not good enough. He's been good enough, but you're not assuring that for him by giving him more minutes. I'm not telling starting the game. Starting the game is still a long shot if you genuinely believe he's not starting material. Probably would be my bias by saying that, but no. I'm not asking him to start. Give him more minutes. Play him at the right time. When he's an impact player, play him when he's supposed to make the impact, rather than at some 5 or 6 minutes when he's barely processing the length and the weight of the game to eventually be as ineffective as probably the air around me, man. It's so so yeah. So my dilemma right now here is, what should be the case with Madrid, against Madrid, considering this is a clutch game. Whoever wins this practically wins the league. Let's just say mathematically. I don't think anyone's gonna bottle the league after that. I mean, Espanyol is not gonna be the real troublemakers. Let's be even partially optimistic. I don't think anyone's gonna bottle it. Whoever wins the game after this. So yeah, Fermin or Olmo. You guys can let me know in the comment sections down below. So, rest easy and goodbye.